Grief is a part of life. It's something that everyone experiences at some point in their lives, but many people don't know how to deal with it properly. They try to run away from it, escape it, or ignore it, but that never works. Eventually, they have to face the pain of losing someone or something important to them. In this video, we will explore how to face grief and come back stronger according to renowned psychologist Carl Jung. So if you are going through a difficult time in your life and need help coping with your grief, stay tuned. This video is for you. Carl Jung was one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century. He is known for his theories on the collective unconscious and the process of individuation. But he also had a lot to say about grief and how to cope with it. In his book, Psychology of the Unconscious, Jung wrote, "The most terrifying and fateful persecutions of all are those which a man undergoes in himself when he looks into the abyss of his own soul. When we lose someone or something important to us, we feel a deep sense of pain and emptiness. We may cry, scream, yell, but nothing seems to help. We just want the pain to go away. But according to Jung, this is when we have to be the strongest. He believed that the first step to overcoming grief is to acknowledge it and allow ourselves to feel it. He said, "One does not voluntarily go into the abyss. One is always pushed in. We cannot avoid our pain. Trying to do so only makes it worse. The first thing we have to do is to accept that we are suffering and why. Only then can we start to heal. After acknowledging our grief, we need to find a healthy way to express it. This could be through talking to someone we trust, writing in a journal, or even making art. According to Jung, suppressing our emotions is never a good idea. It may seem like the best way out at the moment, but it only makes things worse in the long run. He said, "No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." If we bury our pain instead of dealing with it, it will come out in other ways. For example, we may become depressed, anxious, or develop physical problems. Another way to cope with grief is to find meaning in our loss. This is not easy, but according to Jung, it is possible. He said, "Meaning gives life its value." When we try to find the meaning of our loss, we are able to see it in a different light. We may even be able to find some good that came out of the situation. This doesn't mean that we are being insensitive. It simply means that we are being realistic. According to Jung, the most important thing in life is to be able to stand up after we have fallen. When we fall, we will pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off. Then we will learn from our mistakes and move on. For example, let's say we lost our job. At first, we will feel a lot of grief and despair. We will ask ourselves why this happened to us and what we will do now. But if we look at this situation more positively, we can find some good in it. Maybe this is an opportunity for us to find a better job, or maybe it is a sign that we need to change careers. According to Jung, every beginning has its end, and every end has its beginning. When one door closes, another opens. Instead of focusing on what we have lost, we should focus on what we can gain. Another thing we can do to cope with grief is to reach out for support. We don't have to go through this alone. There are people who care about us and want to help, but we need to be willing to accept their help. Jung said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." When we meet someone new, we change each other in some way. This is because each person brings their own unique perspective and experiences to the table, and when we share our stories with each other, we are able to heal. This is why it is important to reach out for support when we are grieving. We need to be willing to open up to others and let them help us. However, we should be careful who we open up to. Not everyone is capable of providing the support and understanding we need. We should only share our story with those who we trust and who we feel comfortable with. Otherwise, we may end up hurting ourselves more. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Your support helps us continue to produce videos that will help others cope with grief. Next, we need to take care of ourselves. When we are grieving, it is easy to forget about ourselves. We may neglect our basic needs such as eating, sleeping, and hygiene. But it is important that we take care of ourselves during this time. Our body and mind needs rest and nourishment in order to heal. Jung said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." When we take care of ourselves, we are able to heal and move on from our grief. We should make sure to get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, and exercise regularly. This will give us the strength we need to deal with our emotions. We should also make time for relaxation and fun. This can be difficult, but it is important that we try. We should force ourselves to do things that we enjoy, even if we don't feel like it. As Jung said, life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. We need to learn to experience life fully, even when we are grieving. Finally, we need to be patient with ourselves. There is no set timeline for grief. Some people may be able to move on quickly, while others may take longer. We need to allow ourselves the time to grieve and heal. Jung said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." When we are irritated by someone else's behavior, it is often a reflection of our own inner turmoil. We need to be patient with ourselves and allow ourselves the time to heal. There is no right or wrong way to grieve. Everyone is different and we all need different things. However, we need to remember that we are strong and we will be able to overcome this. Carl Jung said, "Whoever embraces his shadow can bring it under his feet and make it his servant." When we embrace our grief, we can use it to make us stronger. We will be able to grow and change because of our experience. And although the pain may never go away completely, we will be able to live a full and meaningful life despite it. As mentioned earlier, finding meaning in our loss can help us cope with grief. One way to do this is by helping others who are experiencing the same thing as us. When we help others, we are able to focus on something other than our own pain. We are also able to make a positive impact on someone else's life. And as Jung said, the purpose of human life is to serve, and he who serves perishes. When we serve others, we give our lives meaning and purpose. We can also find meaning in our loss by creating something beautiful. This could be a work of art, a piece of writing, or anything else that expresses our creativity. When we create something beautiful, we are able to capture our pain and transform it into something positive. We are also able to share our experience with others and help them heal. Finally, we can find meaning in our loss by simply living our lives. We can choose to focus on the positive and make the most of every situation. We can also choose to be grateful for the time we had with the person or thing that we lost. As Jung said, "The most important thing in the world is to know how to belong to ourselves." When we belong to ourselves, we are able to love and accept ourselves despite our pain. We are also able to connect with others and build meaningful relationships. Overall, Carl Jung offers us a lot of wisdom on how to cope with grief. By following his advice, we can turn our pain into a source of strength and wisdom. We can also use our experience to help others and make the world a better place. What are your thoughts on Jung's ideas about grief? Have you ever experienced grief, and how did you overcome it? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.